If you're in the Boston area and you want to watch LIV Golf, you watch Cameron Smith go at it, right?
He just teed off.
Did he really?
Yeah. I started following the LIV just because I'm curious.
How does one follow that?
Just at LIV Golf on Twitter.
Okay.
But the event is on YouTube right now.
Right.
So anyway,
how many viewers do they have? Would you mind looking that up?
Sure.
I mean, I'm locked into our YouTube page.
No, I greatly appreciate that, and I greatly appreciate people watching us here before we move to Roku later on this month. But I'm just curious because they have, if I'm not mistaken, half of the field has got a major championship in their trophy case.
A bunch do, yeah. They have about 40,000 right now.
All right, that's a very healthy number for YouTube for sure. And I don't know. I mean, and it just shows you too about how in this football-loving nation, if Cameron Smith left for the LIV Tour back in July, that's all we would have been talking about for 24, 48 hours on this program.
Yep.
And you know, the best player, arguably, on the PGA Tour, just left the PGA Tour, and he joined the LIV. And we didn't talk about it yesterday because we were still so deep in the Jimmy Garoppolo, Trey Lance of it all. And that is, you know, now that the players, the PGA Tour just had its big finale last week. September is, I guess, the LIV month. Right?
Yeah, there's a few events this year. You know, the President's Cup is going on at the end of this month, so that's going to be exciting. But just, you know, some of these LIV guys, I haven't even thought about them. Like Dustin Johnson and Brooks Koepka, even Phil. Phil talked to Sports Illustrated yesterday. An article came out. Haven't even thought about those guys in months.
And well, it's because you're a PGA Tour fan and you were interested in what was going on with Rory and,
absolutely,
and the FedEx Cup.
I feel like a lot of these guys are just going to kind of disappear off the map in a way with the casual golf fan.
Unless the LIV Tour gets a television deal that's right in front of you.
True. But, you know, it's kind of you got to go through several clicks to find this even on YouTube. So it's not like it's right there where I know that Golf Channel's 218 on DirecTV. I can quick go to it.
The next thing I want to hear about as well, I'm curious, is who gets booted off the LIV Tour when somebody like Cameron Smith comes on it? Because, again, it's not like, you know, the PGA Tour where it's a 100-person field, right? It's
or
it's
150
it's
guys,
a limited field.
Right, that's the whole point.
That's the whole point of it.
Right.
Shotgun start, limited field, 54 holes.
Yeah, 12 teams.
That's it.
It's team golf.
That's
so there's only 48 guys per event. And now they have well over that number on, you know.
So where do those guys go? Because it's not the PGA Tour.
No, and they can't play on the DP World Tour, so they're kind of stuck playing on the Asian Tour right now, to make money for themselves.
But they're growing the game of golf.
Yeah.
I guess on the Asian Tour they're growing the game of golf.
I guess so. It's a bummer.
Meanwhile, college football. I mean, honestly, the LIV Tour is going up against a huge weekend of college football that began last night with Penn State and Purdue and the backyard brawl in Pittsburgh between Pitt and West Virginia. And today everyone's talking about a pick six and a puke six, you know, and Neil Brown's choice to punt, the West Virginia's coach choice to punt from his own 48, 4th and 1 with 5 minutes and change to go, and it pinned Pitt inside their own 10, and guess what happened? A stupid-ass targeting call happened. So we're off and running. We're seeing college football rivalry games, and they're tight, and it's intense, and we're seeing crazy stuff happen, and the games take 4.5 hours, and nobody cares if an NFL game took 4.5 hours. People would be flipping out, and targeting happens. Did you see this play, Christopher? Did you see the targeting call?
Well, I saw the one that got overturned later.
There was 2 in the day.
2nd and 8.
Okay.
Targeting is called, first down for Pittsburgh, and they march down the field. Come on, man.
Yeah, I noticed. The refereeing is already.
They march down the field.
Terrible.
And wind up tying the game, and then West Virginia gets the ball back. Ball goes straight through a wide open receiver's hands into a pick six. Game over. I'm telling you, man, coaches, when you've got an opportunity 4th and short, just go for it. Keep it. Man, I would do that 100 times out of 100.
Yeah.
And I know that's second guessing, because crazy stuff can happen. Targeting call, 92-yard drives, pick six the other way when you get the ball back. College football's back in the LIV Tour. Okay, they're in Boston. Not great. Wonderful. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to watch any of it this week.
I'm not. I can't wait to watch. I mean, in the limited time I have, as I survive and advance a 3-day play a weekend with 3 kids.
It's all college football.
You know, that's it. I'm going to sneak in a little bit of Michigan.
I might sneak in a little tennis maybe if I have some time, but we're going to be traveling.
And then I'm sneaking in some pickleball.
Nice.
Myself. Me.
I'll be watching.
Thank you. You're watching my pickleball? I'm on YouTube stream.
I'll be watching Clash at the Castle tomorrow at 9 in the morning, WWE.
Oh, is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Who's Iowa playing? You going over to Ashton's house to watch it?
Nah. I gotta get an MRI tomorrow, by the way.
Oh, on what?
No. For my back.
Damn.
But the only problem is I gotta go to the valley to get an MRI.
Oh my goodness.
And it's gonna be 112 degrees.
Oh, come by the house.
So hot.
Stop by.
No, I'm going to Sherman Oaks. I'm getting this, and I'm hopping right back in the car and hightailing it back to where it's about 70 where I live.
That's the first. What's more likely? TJ Jefferson actually comes by, or he goes right back to the air-conditioned pleasure of his house?
Rich, Iowa plays South Dakota State.